Today, I'll tell you about 3 steps that, if you take them, you'll be able to end any toxic relationship with a narcissistic person. However, these steps aren't just for narcissistic relationships. They can apply to any harmful relationship, whether within the family, outside it, or at work. If you follow these 3 steps and apply them in your daily life, I promise you won't deal with narcissistic people again. They'll be the ones to stay away from you and avoid you. Peace be upon you. Welcome back to a new episode and a new video about narcissism. If you're interested in our topics about narcissism, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you receive all our upcoming episodes. Today's topic is about 3 very powerful steps that may seem simple when we talk about them, but in practice, they are not as simple as you might think. You'll find them to be extremely powerful steps that can end any toxic relationship. Inshallah, God willing, I'll try to make them simple, and by the end of the episode, you'll be able to understand and apply them as we explain them. The first step, everyone, is to be sure that ending any toxic relationship must come from your heart. It means that the one making the decision to end the relationship should be your heart. To end a toxic relationship with a narcissistic person, you don't need to seek permission from anyone. You don't need to investigate the matter and write long messages to the narcissist to let them know you're ending the relationship because of this or that. When you've decided on something like this, you don't need to explain the reasons that will make you end such a relationship. You're not waiting for any discussion or dialogue about what happened and why it happened, leading to this decision. If you do this and occupy yourself with explanations and talking about your intention to leave the relationship, you're not really wanting to leave the relationship. When you decide to leave the relationship, you must do so without any discussion or dialogues. When you do this and open the door for discussion, the narcissist knows and is sure that you're like someone he can easily manipulate. He might even take advantage of you and say, "Okay, I'll change," but he doesn't mean it. He will continue his life as it is, and he will never change. You've probably experienced such situations many times before, so it's not the first time he tells you he'll change and then doesn't. But now, your decision must be from your heart, with full conviction and enough experience of what you've been through and seen. Your heart has now made a decision without any turning back, and that's it. You won't allow any more lies, deceit, or harm that has no end. When the decision is truly from your heart, the narcissist has truly ended for you. This step, everyone, don't underestimate it or think it's simple, because without the decision coming from your heart, you won't be able to implement the other steps. If you're watching this video and feel that you're not ready for such a decision, or that the decision truly isn't from your heart, it's better not to continue the video, because what comes next won't benefit you or make sense to you. Believe me, everyone, even before we continue with the next 2 steps, this first step is the most important step. If the decision isn't truly from your heart, then there's nothing you can do, and anything you hear about ending the relationship won't make sense and won't have any meaning for you. The second step in ending any toxic relationship is to learn to say no. Say no to anything that isn't suitable for you, no matter what it is, and you don't need to provide any excuses for your refusal. Many people will respond to this step by saying that the word no angers the narcissist greatly and makes him become even more of a bad and harmful person. Yes, that's true, but all you need to do in this case is to say no, regardless of the narcissist's reaction. You can see him as a child crying because he wants something and you refuse to buy it for him. It's normal for him to get angry and shout. The reason is simply that you've already made the decision we talked about earlier to end the relationship. So, the outcome of saying no won't bother you. Even if you're concerned about this step and worried about the narcissist's anger, and you can't say no, it means you haven't decided from the beginning or taken the decision to end the relationship. That's why I told you that the first step is the most important step, because it leads us to the steps that follow, and without it, any talk about ending the relationship is illogical and meaningless. Always respond with a no to anything, no matter how angry he gets. Let him be angry as he wants, and let him know you from scratch. What you're doing is changing the pattern and status of your life completely. The word no you're saying is something he's not used to and never thought he'd hear from you, because of his constant habit of you always answering any request or signal from him. So, is it good if he leaves you or distances himself from you if you insist on your position? Yes, it's good. Don't worry about the contact he might cut with you, because that's the most he can do to you when you start getting used to saying no and rejecting any abuse from him. All you need to do at this stage is to tell the narcissist no, even after his fit of anger and shouting. He will leave you and distance himself from you, thinking he is punishing you. However, at that moment, he will realize that there is no hope from you when there is no reaction or contact from you in response to his anger or his cutting off contact with you. The narcissist will definitely go crazy and be extremely angry with you because of this step you took with him, because you didn't play his favorite game that he was used to from you. He will realize and be sure that there is no hope for him from you when he sees that you will continue with your position and not react to him. He will try to leave you for a while and see if he can find another source of supply, but once he realizes that you will continue with your position, he will know that there is no hope. I remind you again that this step is not useful and effective without the first step, which is the decision from your heart. If the decision is not really from your heart, then the second step will be shaky and not stable, and the narcissist will know at that time that you are weak and that you are saying anything. The third step, my friends, is to complain. You have definitely lived through a bad period with the narcissist and have been constantly subjected to his abuse without any mercy. Sometimes you may have complained to anyone about this without any result. Another very important thing is that many who have gone through a toxic relationship always say that they feel like they are another person and not the same person they were before they got into a relationship with a narcissist. They notice that they have changed significantly after this toxic relationship. You need to completely change your lifestyle, completely let go of everything that distracts you from yourself and your normal life. It's okay to spend a certain amount of time thinking about how to deal with this situation, but without too much thinking, you must change your lifestyle and the routine you are living with the narcissist. You need to focus your energy on something that benefits you and improves you immediately. These things will help you and protect you from the danger of going back or responding to attempts to restore the toxic relationship. These 3 steps may seem simple or normal, but believe me, if you think about them correctly, you will find them to be among the most important and dangerous things you can do to save yourself from a toxic relationship or end your relationship with a toxic narcissist. If we try to summarize the words we said, or these 3 steps, the first step is to make sure the decision comes from your heart, and nothing will work if you don't do it. The second step is to tell the narcissist no, correctly, and with time. He will leave you. The third step is to completely change your life routine. I hope that you have benefited from this episode, and God willing, we will meet in the next episode with a new topic about narcissism. Thank you and peace be upon you.